Hello and welcome to the Music Survival Guide, the independent musician's guide on how to survive in the music industry. My name's Phil, a mixing engineer. Hope you're doing very, very well out there into July. The year just seems to fly by, which is a bit crazy, but there we go. This week, I wanted to talk about something that's on my mind. I wanted to talk about imperfections in your music. See, I think it's everyone's natural inclination, especially when they're recording themselves, to go, there should be no mistakes in this song whatsoever. We have the ability to edit out all the mistakes, to re-record everything, to, tune everything to within an inch of its life. And I understand it. I get it. It's really important that you feel like you're presenting your music in the most professional and, I'm going to say, proper way possible. And the temptation is therefore to just remove all the mistakes, but I'm here to tell you that maybe you shouldn't. And the reason why is very simple. Some of your favourite records from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s will have mistakes on them. And it's some of those mistakes that people love. Some of those mistakes are what make those particular pieces of music stand out to you. Those little details, those little moments that you really adore. I guarantee you the band will listen to that and kick themselves, the original band, and will go, I wish we'd sorted this out, I wish we'd sorted that out. But there we are. You know how it is. Back in the day, not so much in the mid-2000s, but even so, you had tape and you recorded to tape, and the take you got was the take you got. And you could do the take again, but you need to do the whole song. And nowadays you don't need to do that. So there's less opportunity, I'm going to say, for mistakes. So there's more opportunity to fix the mistakes. They didn't quite have that. They had to go with the best take possible. So I've worked on a couple of tracks recently. I worked on a track for a band called Datura, and they did a song completely live in the studio, and it was amazing. And it had that kind of vibe to it, the kind of live vibe to it. You'll be very surprised to hear. But it wasn't perfect. And that's what I loved about it. It was really real. It was a real performance from the band. And it really suited their style. It's a really cool piece of music. Can't wait for you to hear it. I think it might be out this Friday from after you listen to this. I'm not 100% sure. But the other thing I did very recently is I was recording a band called Rogue Awakening, who are a really cool band near me. Also mixed the track, and I was in the studio with them. And sometimes, when you're recording yourself, it's very difficult, and you get into your own head and you go, but is this great, is this good, there's a little imperfection there, let's go back and fix that. Whereas if you go into the studio and you have someone recording you, a producer or an engineer or whatever you want to call them, then that person can say to you, hey, this is a good take, let's keep it. And that is very much part of what I was doing when I was recording Rogue Awakening. I was telling them, hey, I think this is the good take to go with. And it's not that it was always perfect, it's that it was real. And that's really, really important. I think reality, realness in music is going to be a more and more important asset, especially as AI music kind of seems to become more and more of a thing. It's a bit scary. So embrace your imperfections and really kind of lean into them sometimes. If you do a take completely wrong, maybe do it again. But if you have a slight kind of pick noise or a little bit of kind of a kind of extra noise or two that you're not too happy about, maybe leave some of it in. It could really, really help the vibe of your music. It could help your music to sound a little bit more kind of real, which is a difficult thing to put your finger on, but it'll just sound more real, honestly, and people will be drawn to that. So don't shy away from it. Embrace imperfection. So thank you for listening to this episode of the Music Survival Guide. If you thought it was helpful, please do share it with your friends and bandmates to start a discussion about your next release and how you might make it even better. If you have a chance, please do write a review wherever you listen to podcasts. It all helps others discover the podcast through the all-powerful and mysterious algorithm. Finally, if you're thinking of recording or mixing, please do drop me a message to the links in the podcast description below and we can talk all about it. And I will see you next time.